when we speak about high performance, we often speak about how to perform under pressure. What we don't speak about often enough is where that pressure actually comes from, and realizing that so much of it is actually self-inflicted. It's so easy to get caught up in the deals, the deadlines, the expectations, the feeling that if you're not progressing, that you're falling behind. And almost exactly a year ago, I got back from a 10-day silent retreat called Vipassana, which is less of a retreat and more of a really intense experience where essentially for 10 days you don't have access to your phone, to reading or writing material, you can't talk to anyone. You're essentially left alone with your own thoughts. And the really confronting thing about this was that, as much as everything else was quiet around me, I realized that a lot of the noise was still there. It was all in my head. That a lot of these things and pressure was not created from the outside world. It was all things that was inside my head, from trying to control outcomes in the future, to worrying about things that hadn't even happened yet, to feeling like I always had to be on, otherwise something bad would happen. I realized, and the thing that I walked away from that experience was, how much of this thing that we call pressure is entirely self-inflicted and things that we create for ourselves. And this is actually something we spoke about at the Como Club in our workshop this week, and our members were so open in terms of sharing some of their own experiences with this. And one member in particular shared, difficult experiences that she'd experienced in her personal and her business life over the last couple of years. And one thing in particular that she focuses on now is that instead of trying to find the perfect outcome, she focuses on the right, best next thing. And it's a philosophy that we get taught at Vipassana, which is around equanimity, which is looking at things the way that they are, not as you want them to be. And realizing that so much of what we call pressure, stress, even the challenges that we face are entirely things of our own making. And the really freeing thing about this is that if that is true, then as much as we've created that, we can also let it go.